Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to be making some peanut butter bars. Let's get it. Alright guys, to start off this recipe, we have our bowl here, and to that we're going to add in a stick of butter, 8 ounces of butter, and then we're going to add in our peanut butter. This is some all natural peanut butter. It just basically is just peanuts and salt. And to that we're going to place that into the microwave, and we put that in the microwave for about a total of 1 minute and 15 seconds. We basically checked it after 30-second increments. Once the butter melts, then that's pretty much is what you need, because it's a large stick of butter, so it's going to be hot enough to work in the peanut butter. Now you're going to take your whisk, if you can find yours. Again, I have no clue where mine is. Thank you, children. But I use a rubber spatula, and it's going to make it a little bit harder for you if you're using a spatula, but just continue to work and scrape the sides and the bottom of the bowl. And then if you have any lumps or harder pieces that haven't melted yet, just take them and press them against the side of the bowl. That will help you to smooth those out. But just continue mixing and working it in, and it'll eventually smooth out for you. Once you get to basically this consistency here, you're good to go. We then added in some vanilla extract, as well as some sugar substitute. I use some stevia. You can use granular or powdered. It doesn't matter. Powder is better because it'll basically melt in a bit better, but I use granular. It worked perfectly fine. And then you can also add in your peanut flour. Now, this is still going to be warm. The butter is still hot, so it's going to help melt everything in and just combine all the ingredients. Now, as if you were using a whisk, you would want to switch over to your rubber spatula, so that way you can scrape the sides of it down and just continue to fold that in. If you were using a whisk, you would have a lot more issues because it all stick in the middle of the whisk. But just continue to stir that in and mix it up, and once you form a dough ball, you're good to go. If yours is still too watery at this point, feel free to add more peanut flour until you get your dough ball consistency. Now we have our baking pan here. We line that with some wax paper and just basically try to get that to lay flat. But again, doesn't really matter how it's in there because it's not going to stay in there. It's not going to be baked. We sprayed that with some cooking spray and then poured in or scooped in our peanut butter ball into the pan. Now, tried to work it in with the spatula and realized that wasn't going to happen, and that you done your job, spatula. We used you for as much as we could. So got that out of there, and I just went ahead and sprayed the top of it with some cooking spray to help smooth it out, and I lined that with some additional wax paper. And I just took another pan and pressed down on it to flatten it out so that it will be a flat, even candy bar shaped size pieces. I don't know why I'm massaging it a little bit, but just just flatten it out and then remove your wax paper. And at that point, you're technically done. That's all you have to do for the peanut butter bars. You can pop it in the freezer at this point, and once it firms up, you can cut it into the shapes and you're good to go. Now, I like peanut butter, so I like it just the peanut butter plain flavor. My wife, she's a chocoholic, so I went ahead and put some chocolate chips on not even half of it, on a quarter of it or an eighth of it. Just basically put enough for her to taste it, because she's not much of a peanut butter fan, but it's enough for her to have. Now we use some Smucker's natural creamy peanut butter and also some True Nut peanut protein flour. They also have a version of PB Fit sugar-free peanut flour, which is made with just peanuts, ground peanuts, and monk roof sweetener. I have that also, but I decided to use this peanut flour for this recipe just to keep it simpler. Now we put it in the freezer for about an hour. This is going to stay in the freezer, so it's going to stay in the freezer continuously because it will melt pretty quickly out of the freezer. But after an hour, it was firm enough for me to take it out and cut it up into pieces and work with it. So I took it out of the freezer and removed it from the pan. Took my knife and or just cutting it. Like you can see, it's very easy to cut through. You can cut these into whatever size shapes that you want. I wanted mine to be like the size of little bite-sized candies, Halloween candy basically. It is that time of the season. But I cut these up, and you can see I got about 50 to almost 50 or so pieces out of this ball that we made. Now this is not even half of it that I just took out to take the picture of. But these peanut butter bars came out amazing. They taste just like a Reese's peanut butter cup to me. And I love Reese's peanut butter cups. Just minus it just tastes like the peanut butter filling portion of it. Now you can mix this up around if you wanted to. You can melt down some chocolate chips and pour it over top and put that in the freezer also to have the peanut butter chocolate combo if you wanted to. But again, I wanted these straight up peanut butter because that's what I like. And here's how it looks. These are some of the chocolate chips on it. It's like a fudge bar sort of consistency. It's still sort of soft to the touch. Well, not soft, but it's firm, but it's still chewy. It's not rock hard or anything. I left some in the freezer overnight and tried it in the morning, and they were still the same shape. Now, I also love peanut butter and jelly, so I tried to get a peanut butter and jelly combination going on here. I scooped on some sugar-free jelly and put it over top. Spilled some down on the other pieces, but that's fine. Tasted that, and that came out great also. If anyone has any comments or questions, please feel free to let us know in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. All menu items are listed in the description box. And thank you guys for watching.